Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Power Reading Hub. I'm Supriya Raja, the founder of Power Reading Hub. Today, we have Mrs. Nancy Vinoth, who also runs a business in Sari, and she'll be sharing with us her success story regarding her child Abiel, who struggled to read, and now, after taking the right kind of intervention, is really doing much better in his confidence and also in school. Welcome, Nancy, to this success story interview. How are you doing?
Hi, ma'am. I'm fine. How are you doing, ma'am?
I'm doing very good. So let's start with the background of Abiel. Okay. So right
Oh,
now, Abiel is when you approach me, what class was Abiel?
he was sixth standard.
Sixth standard. Okay. And what made you approach me? What was the concern?
First of all, I would like to thank you actually. Due to COVID, most of the centers were closed. So luckily, we was able to find you through social media. Okay, and you guided us after that actually how we need to proceed further and how we need to meet the doctors and everything. So thank you for that. So that is how we came to you actually.
That's wonderful. So you said he was in sixth standard, right? Uh,
Yes.
when was the first time that you was it in sixth standard that you noticed that something was kind of off about him? Was it a little earlier also than that?
Actually, one of his class teacher, when he was into third grade, she told us, okay, so that you need to take the IQ test and you need to take him to the doctor. But on that particular time, we are not very keen. And so normally, as a parents, when somebody says about your son or your kids, how you will feel. So it was so much of hurt to us. So we don't wanted to do it. So that is the exact thing. And since we were more faithful also, so we said, okay, we'll pray and we'll take care, we'll pray. And after that, we have not taken him for any classes. We just left it. We just teach him in the at our home. That's all actually. That was the first thing. And once we reached that once he was grading up, from third to fourth and fifth, so the subject is also differs, and the way he wants to read is totally differs. But he'll not able to read even three-letter words. So even he was into the sixth standard. So we were trying to push him. So sometimes we'll also get irritated and sometimes we'll scold him why you're not able to read. All these things will do it. But we couldn't able to identify that because of the problem. He was not able to do it. Then once we were just checking. So the third standard miss, she was telling us about this. No? So we thought of checking what it is. Might be he would have any problem when for reading and other things. So after that only we started searching for this in Google, and then only we got your number. And then you asked us to speak to the doctors, and we went for all the tests. Okay, for him actually. So we went to the psychiatrist and we went for the all tests, and we found out after all this test, we found out that he has ADHD and SLS. Okay, so then only we realized it is not his fault, that he has some issues. So that's why he's not able to read or write or study well. So then only we realized it. Then doctor helped us, and he also suggested, we purposely suggested you actually. He said, Supriya ma'am has sent you. So be touch with her. She will help you, and he can able to do all the things better. So that's how we found out his issues actually. But um, I just wanted to say here is, don't delay it. So when we uh, when we went to the doctor, he was scolded us like anything. So he said, what were you doing up to the sixth grade? So when somebody was already told you that he's not able to read it, But why were you not able to identify it? That you could have easily identified it. You all educated and all these things are there, but how can you ignore this? So only on that moment we felt very bad. Oh my God! So no, how ignorant we were. But still, the hope is from the God, but seriously, but still we were praying. So how we can cope up with all these struggles and all. But more than us, my son Abiel went through a lot actually when he was in the school, when he was with the teachers. And since he is into the sixth grade, he wasn't able to read more than 3 words. How could he able to finish up all his syllabus? That was quite difficult for him and very difficult for him. So he'll be having always he'll stand out of the class because he will not able to do all the things. So he was totally down. So only those point of time only we understood. So something is wrong. Then only we identified all these things. So then we approached you and everything has happened. So if any parents is seeing this video, I want them don't take too much of time if you're seeing anything is not correct with the child, if the reading problem or something. There's nothing wrong to take to the doctor or for the remedial classes. It is good if we started little earlier when we found it out. Now he would have gone too much high. So that is whatever. Though we can went through so many things, but when our child go through all the struggles, when we see that, that is the point we'll also drop our things and we lose our connections and everything will be stopped. So when he was speaking to the doctor, so doctor asked us to stand outside so he can speak freely. So when I went and meet, she called us back and we went there and I'm just meeting the doctor again. Just she's into the tears actually. She was crying. I was literally no idea why she's crying, and she asked me and my husband, both of us, to sit, and she explained to us, and she told us that he has went through so much of break in his heart, that inferiority complex is build up like anything. So when she was telling, she started crying. So that's where I broke down like anything. Oh my God! So how much would have my child went through with this? So how we can leave a child, leave our own child like this to the other people who can do all this stuff. So then only we decided to continue this meditation and as well as to this remedial classes and everything. So this my kind request to all the parents: don't take any advantage of this thing. Go and check for if there is an issue, it is going to be clearly resolved and it will be sorted out. So you can meet any the doctors and as well as especially Supriya ma'am. So she was very helpful for us for throughout this years actually. Thank you ma'am for that.
Very kind of you, ma'am. Actually, this is what like I was saying earlier. This is what I really, really want to drive in the minds of parents is, like you said, not to delay the process of intervention, or not to delay even if you feel there's something off, even if the child is in grade 1 or even kindergarten. Because that's, I get to hear a lot from parents when I say, why don't you start, if you feel the child is slightly lagging behind, or you just want the child to improve phonics, which is like when the child is still in kindergarten or grade 1, they want to improve phonics or master phonics, you feel the child is kind of lagging behind. Many times I hear from parents saying, no, he's very young, I don't want to put that pressure on him. But then you never know, God forbid, sometimes the child can just catch up, I agree. But sometimes it can also happen that if there is already some kind of an inherent problem or some issue, like you said, in some child is facing an inherent problem, the problem will just become more escalated. Like you said, the gap will increase, right? The
Yes.
child's level, which when you could have taken intervention when the child was in grade 1 or grade 2 maximum, and the gap was so small, you managed to wait it out, or you thought of waiting it out. And then what happens when the pressure from the school, the content is getting more complex, and the child is not able to deal with that complexity of the content, the gap even increases, right? So then it causes a lot of anguish, like in your case. And I know many parents are there, this kind of situations. A could be that, my child, I don't want anyone to judge my child. That is one thing. The other reason could be that my child will grow out of it. And one other important thing I have noticed is that the surroundings, that is the extended family members, the grandparents, uncles, they will dissuade you from taking a right step. They will say, why you're doing it? Child is fine, the child will improve. Why are you wasting your time in all these things, all these intervention classes or sessions, or specific classes to improve literacy skills? That is also another reason. People tend to hear extended family members advice, and that seems comfortable. Okay, why should we bother? Another reason I've noticed is that schools themselves don't really guide properly. Sometimes schools will tell, I don't know if you also had this, situation. Like you said, the teacher did say in third standard, but many schools don't say that. They'll say, yeah, the child is a slightly lagging behind, just he needs to practice. That's a very vague method of saying, no, he just needs to practice. And everyone takes it lightly. So when the ultimately when the child is in grade 6, grade 7, or even one case I have seen grade 8, okay, they will filter out the students who are not able to do well. There are many schools who do that, who want that 100% pass percentage in 10th board. They do that, and then it becomes a big shock when suddenly at 8th grade the school will say your child can't really do this, face the board exams. You'll see some other school. That is absolutely cruel. But if the school had earlier itself hinted specifically these issues are there, you better start intervention, then again parents would be at least have that kind of fear. Okay, I better start it, or at least I will see that my child progresses with the school, the child skills progresses with the school content. So that's another reason. So from your angle, what are the emotional consequences that a child can face? I would like you to stress on that, because specifically this interview is for those parents who are refusing or delaying the process of intervention, or delaying the process of taking sessions to help the child, right? Or improve the literacy skills. So like you said, in his case, he went through a lot, right? So what are the general emotional consequences a child can face? And because no parent wants to see the child going through that, right? So I want you to highlight on that as well. Emotionally, what does the child go through when the child is not able to cope, as compared to the peers, and the teacher is also bullying them? Like in your son's case, he was made to stand out of the class. It's so cruel, right? So I want you to highlight on that.
Of course, yes. So initially, we normally he is, very soft nature. He have very soft nature kind of thing, but he'll not share anything in the initial stages. So what is happening in the classes or what it is. One point of time, when we were into our business looking, and my husband both were doing it. So he suddenly he called me and he said, I want to speak to you, mommy. I said, wait, baby, I'm doing some work. I'll finish off and I'll come to you. It was around 11 o'clock in the night, actually. So I made him to go for the bed. But after that, he came and he was just asking. I said, no, baby, we just wait. We have some works. I'll finish it off and I'll come back. But still, he was very precise and we started crying like anything. And I never saw him cry that loud and no, with that so much of anxiety and all those things. So then I was literally, no, little, I was, why he is crying? Nothing has happened. So only he went for the bed. Then all of a sudden, why is he crying like this? Then I went and I asked him, what made you to cry this loud, Papa? What happened? Are you okay? But because actually I don't wanted to share. I feel of thing, but still. So when they hear, they also know how the child go through all these things. When he was in 6th grade, he was around 10 years old. So, but in that particular time also, he's telling me, Mommy, I don't like this life. I don't want this life. I don't like this life. I don't want it. So that is the moment it was shocked for us actually. So what does he know about the life? He's speaking like this. So I was worried so much, and I was just prayed over him on the same time. But still, so when I heard that word from his mouth, so I felt very bad and I was literally crying. Oh, my child. Oh, so how much he would have went through. So that's why he's coming out of these type of words. So we will not know. So though we seeing them running around, in front of us, going to the school and coming back. So I thank God he came and told me actually. So so that he went through so much thing. So that he came and told me actually. So we were there to comfort. So nowadays we are seeing so many things actually where kids are going through, where there is no help. They couldn't able to share with anyone because when they were into the school, since he was not studying well, they are making him to stand outside and sending him to the principal and sending him to the assistant headmaster to correct him and giving punishments only, not sitting with the child and asking what is happening to you, why you are not able to study. So that is not happening anywhere in any of the schools actually. So when as a parents we are also busy with our work, business and everything. So we want our, okay, so if they are studying, okay, they are studying in the school, fine, okay, we are taking care, we are sending some tuitions and we are sometimes we'll sit with them, okay, so now they are studying it, so we'll just leave that. But we are not asking them what is, what are the things you're going through and all this, what it is that you went through this day. You wanted to share anything to me, or what it is, what happened, all these things. So on that moment and that particular time, I realized for how much you would have went through in that particular times and all these days when he was studying. So that was the so much of emotion with that. So we were totally started with that. Actually, we couldn't able to do anything. And as you said, the grandparents and the relatives, they'll also say, they'll also think something else that, oh, so this child is not in a good condition or what. So that's why they're sending for the classes. We also had that thought. So if our relatives will came to know, what they will think, what they will say, and will they take it into the other form or like that. But when we were informed to our parents and to our my brothers and everyone said whatever you said. They said the same thing. He is very good, he's nice, he's doing the rest of the things, he's doing well. Why are you putting in some unnecessary classes now, so into the sixth standard? So but thank God that we took that decision. So whatever they said, but we said fine. He went through so much. We heard from him so much. We don't wanted to take any of the risk anymore for his life. So how much ever he studies, let him study. So that is what. So up to the extreme level the child goes actually. So this is my own son. I saw him everything. So that's the reason I'm sharing this here. So when our kids go through all these things, how much it sometimes I'm serious. I don't have words to say no how we went through all those things, and but though we have overcome with all those things by God's grace. So though he went through all those things, right, with this social things and all teachers and everything. But so the extreme emotion level child was actually. This I wanted to just.
And it's an unnecessary thing. Unnecessarily the child has to go through that, right?
Yes.
Okay. So how did my intervention or my session help Abiel in terms of his skills and his confidence?
Now he is much better. I think he's almost for 1 year now. Now he's into the 7th grade. Mm. When we were come to your home, he was able to read only 3 words, right? 3-letter words when he was into the 6th grade. Now we can able to read a full sentence. But after the only class is always joyful and very happily to attend is your class. So when I say yeah, of course, even for sometimes schools and all, I'll hesitate and all those things he'll do. he likes basketball very much. Actually, he's playing basketball as well as. However, he gets ready for the practice, So early mornings he'll get up and he'll get ready with the same enthu. Okay, I see that your class he'll attend actually. So when I say today is the class, ma, this is the time, 5 o'clock is the time you have to join. I don't need to remind him again. He'll automatically 5 o'clock, mommy, class time has come. So he'll automatically, just join it. And however, he is very passionate about the basketball, how he wanted to do it. That's so much and enjoyable. I can see that, when he wants to come to your class actually. So, and also he gained so much of learning uh, through this years, the classes, how the phonics you have, how you need to pronounce the words. And as most of the classes, I also listened. So many classes I listened. So how you are teaching to him and how he is taking it, all those things. So even sometimes when I force him to read it, he'll not read. He'll say, "No, mommy, I'll read with ma'am." So that is very convenient for me. So, but some, okay, I said, okay, fine. So can you just read it for me, how you are reading, so that I'll know how much ever you have come forward. Then he'll start read. So I was amazed because only can you TWO2. So like that only he was reading. So after that, he started reading the whole sentence, big 7-letter words, 8-letter words, and all is pronouncing it. So I was so amazed and happy that there was a total transformation on his reading aspects and all those things, and also the courage when he always have the courage, but now he is able to face all those things when they are saying anything. He can able to face that. So though we go and tell the teachers and we'll inform them this is what is happening. So be patient with them. So this is the issue. So we are facing it. And when we are moving from 6th grade to 7th grade, the principal has called us and told us that only 6 months is the time we are going to give you for him to improve from his reading. Um, and they said, if only if you're taking that, you can pay the fees. Otherwise, you can move your child from our school. That is what they were telling us. And so we said, okay, fine. We will take care. And we were all. He is already into the remedial classes that everyone knows in the school. And they said, okay, but still, since that is metric school, they want to cope up with the other children's. So since he's very, very slow, so they wanted to. So they said like that. So it was little quite difficult for us because schools when we searching for the other best school, it is very difficult for the parents to make them put it right. We gave the letter to the principal saying that in 6 months he can improve much more than all those things. And he said they got the letters, and after that only he got promoted to the 7th standard and the 7th grade and all those things. So, but within 6 months' time, he improved a lot. Now he's scoring the marks in his exams actually.
Very nice.
Yeah, of course. Now he's scoring the marks, and that is now he can able to read it so that he knows the answer. So previously he wasn't able to read the questions, so he wasn't able to write down the answers. Now we can able to read the questions. Now he is able to write the answers now. So it is all thanks to you, ma'am. Seriously, for all these things has happened. And when he says, "Mommy, I'll get today this exam, this English exam I wrote, this maths exam I wrote. So I'll get this mark." So whatever the marks he says, above than that, he's getting nowadays.
That's
So
absolutely. So he's doing good in
yeah,
school also. He's doing
of
his
course.
performance also improved in school.
Performance
One of
also
the reasons is he's able to read the question paper, right?
yes,
So he
yes,
knows what is asked and he's able to express his understanding of that, even maybe also including math word problems, right?
Of course, of course. So now we can able to, he's improved a lot, not much more than. So now I was just thinking, so we would have taken these classes in the beginning itself, so there will not be any, but still, so like you people are still there. That's why we were able to get benefited with this. Otherwise, I don't know. Maybe we actually doctor told us to drop out. So they said you can keep him in the home and do some other studies for him. So home studies is there. So you can take him to. There is a home studies called we can do take one subject and do a subject like this. So that is what was suggested to us for him. But we don't want him to take out from the school. We want him to go to the school. Otherwise, kid will totally get distracted and concentrations and everything. His self-esteem and everything will get spoiled. So we just want him to be with in the school and but anyway the school has also supported us because from sixth standard, so they knows everything. So only for when we move out to the seventh grade, it was little thing, but still they gave the 100% support to us and said fine, you can go ahead. So we are taking it up. So with this only we can come forward up to this level. He has come forward up to this level, marks, taking marks and all things actually. So especially his learning skills and concentrating skills. He's very distracted actually. He'll be very distracted with everything and he'll not concentrate. So though for that we are giving the meditation also, so that he'll concentrate for the learning skills and everything. And he's improved with self-esteem. So that is also so much of that inferiority complex and everything has now it's all gone.
That's good.
Thank
So you can see a multitude of progress, including his skills, including his confidence, including his concentration,
Yes.
and his self-esteem. So the right step at the right time, and
Yes.
and staying there consistently, not giving hope, not giving up hope is the criteria, rather than thinking, okay, I've just joined 2 months, 3 months, I don't see progress. No, just to be patient and trust the process. Then you start seeing the progress. Yeah. Thank you so much, Nancy ma'am. It was wonderful to hear. You have explained in such detail. I didn't have to ask anything. I had written all those questions, but you just made it very easy for me. It was a beautiful, session with you interviewing right now. In fact, it was a very good flow from your side. Thank you so much. And I do wish Abiel all the best. And I do hope he continues in this progress and he gets even better and better. And I also wish him all the best in all his interests, including his favorite sport, that is basketball.
Yeah. Sure, ma'am. Thank you so much for all the things you are doing for him actually. So he likes his teachers, that is the third standard teacher, what she told me, right? So he likes her very much. And when the teacher's day, he wants to give some gifts for her. So he does that. And whenever he says that, mommy, for teacher's day, I wanted to give something for Supriya ma'am also. And he'll be very
Yes, I'll definitely accept whatever he's giving.
he'll be saying that. So he likes you very much. So only your class, he'll be always happy and listen and he's ready to take your class at any time. So for him, even it is morning or evening, he doesn't care. Okay, fine, I'll attend. So for that, for that continuous support for us and everything. Thank you so much. So we
Thank
can
you so
see
much. Yeah. So I do hope the parents who are watching this video will also take the right stance for your child and not waste any more time. If you see there's an issue, or if you see something is kind of off about your child, even if the child is in grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, take immediate steps and help your child to actually soar and be successful in school and beyond. Thank you very much, Nancy, ma'am.
Thank you
Have
so
a
much.
nice day. Bye-bye.
Bye.